Effective studying begins, first of all, by identifying that studying is not a punishment, but an opportunity to expand your horizons, shape your observations about the world, and elevate your spirit. To increase the efficiency and experience of your study sessions, our objective today is to become familiar with 4 scientifically proven techniques to boost your learning. By adopting them, you will get the most of the classes that you participate in, tutorials that you watch, and books that you read. Technique number 1: have a study schedule. Having a study schedule can be helpful in maintaining your peace of mind, your activities organized, and working with spaced repetition, which can substantially increase the material's retention and learning. To design the study schedule, you can identify your learning preferences, organize your agenda to fit the study, set the duration of your study sessions, and identify how many days of the week you will study and what time. Creating a study schedule is easier with tools like Google Calendar, Toggle, SpeakNow's Planner, Trello, or any device that you can use to organize, visualize, and keep track of your daily activities. Technique number 2 is the Feynman technique. Who was Richard Feynman? Not only an excellent student, but an incredible teacher. Feynman was moreover a Nobel Prize winning physicist, known for his simple, efficient, and dynamic teaching. His technique works by identifying the parts of the concept that you are not familiar with, deconstructing it to its basic foundations, then explaining it as you would to a 5-year-old. How can you do this? First, select the concept you are looking to learn. Second, write on a notebook or speak a simple explanation of the concept. Imagine explaining it to a child. Third, identifying the parts of the concept that is difficult for you to explain. This is the content that you need to focus your attention on to learn and review. Fourth, simplify again. Imagine that you are explaining this to a person who is not familiar with this concept. Feynman's technique is powerful because it allows us to identify what we haven't learned, deconstruct these ideas to their basic elements, reconstruct them, and then try to explain to someone else. If you have no one to explain that concept in that moment, you could also record your voice or a video of yourself teaching that subject. Technique number 3 is take practice tests. Passively rereading a text or simply reviewing your notes can take you to a certain point. If you want to test your knowledge, you should practice what you are learning with online tests, exercises, and discussion groups. There is a 2011 study that showed students who tested themselves with a practice test after learning the material were able to retain more than 50% of the information in comparison with their peers who had not taken the test. Technique number 4: active recalling. Normally, we think of learning as a process that you receive the information and then you test your knowledge. However, by actively recalling the information, we are testing ourselves in every stage of the revision process. When your brain retrieves information, it strengthens the neural pathway to access that information, and as a consequence, you can remember that information more easily. Some tips to use active recalling are: number 1, closed book. Take notes with your book closed, without consulting any material, just your memory. Write down as much as you can remember, then open your material to consult what part you have missed. Second, fewer notes, more questions. Before taking notes about the material, ask questions around the main idea of the content and try to answer them without consulting the material. When you are revising the material, interact actively with it. Put your knowledge into action and engage in cognitive effort. This will be worth your time. These four techniques can substantially increase the efficiency of your study sessions, how easily you can recall information, how quickly you learn new concepts, and how meaningful is your experience while studying. So guys, I hope that these techniques can help you with learning better. If you want to continue receiving awesome material to improve not only your English language, but also different skills important to your life, make sure to subscribe to our channel. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, and any questions you can leave in the comments below.